Hey, what's up, everyone? Thor here. I'm coming back at you with Astyanax. This is one I had growing up, so I wanted to talk about this one for a little bit now. Not only because I had it growing up, and it's a very okay game. There's nothing great, but I'm nostalgic for it because I played it a bunch because it's one of the ones I had. He's named after like a Greek warrior. I think he's like a defender, something to do with Troy, I believe. Used this name as inspiration though for my barbarian in both Pathfinder and Dungeons and Dragons. He's called Astynax. Spelt the same, just I silenced the Y, I guess. So thought it was kind of a fun name for a barbarian, and the character kind of reminded me of a barbarian. So his inspiration for probably just from when I was a kid. See how this game holds up so many years later. I mean, it's a very stock cover, basic dragon, and he kind of looks like that in the game, but not really. It's got a very basic story. So let's get into it. So in Astyanax, you start off as a high school student that has this reoccurring dream, some girls calling to him or whatever. Then all of a sudden he's pulled into this world by this fairy, told he doesn't have a choice. He's got to pick up the axe and save the girl to get back home. And he's just like, all right, guess we're doing it. And we jump right in. The first level is very straightforward. It's a decent level. It's one of the better levels in this game. You get some power-ups, you learn the system, you learn what gives you health and what increases your spell power. You get a little bit of everything. Just enough to learn, and you get to fight some enemies that won't go down in one hit, so you kind of learn the mechanic where if you take your time and attack when your bar is full, you'll do way more damage. It's not worth just bashing things because you'll be there forever. This becomes a problem later, but I'll get to that. At the end of the level, you fight this double-headed snake guy. He just bounces around. A couple of full hits takes care of him. You fight a knight and a dragon. I usually just spam the spell, and that takes out the dragons. Fight the knight. Super easy. The bosses in this game are a breeze. Then you go right into level 2-1. 2-1 is pretty straightforward. It's not like a great level, but they introduce some pits, which become much of a problem later, and I'll come back to that. The pits, though, are easy to avoid in this one. There's a couple of creatures that can be kind of annoying, and you can get overwhelmed kind of easily, but you can get another power-up. I think you can get the third sword power-up in this one, and as long as you don't lose that, you can breeze right through this game. 2-2 is a climbing level. It kind of reminds you of Contra. Not as good as Contra, the cliff level, which I think is level 3 in Contra. But you just kind of make your way up. The jumping in this game is not the greatest. It's a very mediocre game. Like I said, I'm nostalgic. Kind of like the music, though it gets overused in a lot of parts, but the music's decent. It's not great. I wouldn't get the vinyl for this or anything, but you just make your way up. The platform's not the greatest, but at least you can't really fall to your death. And you fight this like Medusa Lamia creature. She's super easy. I think I had a little bit of trouble with her when I was a kid. As long as you stay out of her range, super easy. And then we're on a 3-1. This is where the pits become a problem. Classic Castlevania knockback. Everything will hit you and knock you back. You'll probably lose a couple lives here. Lose your power-ups, and that becomes a problem because then your sword's not as powerful and you can't take things out as quickly. The best way to beat this game is just one clean run where you don't have any deaths and you just have max power. If you get max power with your sword, you'll breeze through everything, including the last boss. The bosses are never that difficult. Having that power helps a lot, so dying less is important in this game. They do give you options to replenish it all, though, so at least there's that. At the end, you fight some Minotaur statue lightning guy. I just go up and hit him in the face a few times, and he's done. Then we're on a 4-1. 4-1 is your classic swamp level. There's constant fall areas. This kind of reminds me of the underground in the original Castlevania, but this one's much worse. Everything knocks you back. You're bound to lose a couple of lives in this one, so it's kind of frustrating. I use my magic power a little bit more. The freeze spell I switched to seems to work okay enough. You'll get through it, but I mean, this is one where you'll either fall in a pit or actually you might run out of hearts eventually. That's one thing this game is very generous on, though. You have plenty of HP. You take a bunch of hits in this one. And get a cutscene, and yay, we're finally at the castle. 5-1's the bridge to the castle. This one's also got a bunch of water traps. There's a bunch of enemies. It's probably the hardest level to get through in the game. Definitely gonna probably drop a couple here, but you should be able to do it as long as you just take your time and plan accordingly. And the boss is a bird and a lion that come together as a griffin. You just gotta hit them a few times, especially if you have your sword powered up. You'll get right through it. Then the princess will tell you telepathically that you're in for a maze, but you'll have a sign. The sign is the doors that you want to go through will have a guardian. A skeleton will pop out. Really easy to pick up on that. I picked it up the first time I played it, even when I was a kid. At least they made it easy. Then you fight some mummy, and then you make it to Thorndog, the mage guy. He's got to take his hand out, hit his gem a few times. He's got a couple spells, but pretty easy. Then there's a cutscene. Fortunately, Cutie's got to sacrifice herself to save Astyanax. Sad to see her go, but we're almost through this game. In 6-2, which is the final level, we got a sub-boss gauntlet, just like Mega Man, but not nearly as good or memorable. You just use the same tactics you did earlier, and especially if you have a maxed out blade like I do here, you'll take him out in a couple hits. That'll be about it. Then you fight one of the easiest mages, and he turns into a very easy dragon to beat, and you're done. Then you save the princess. She offers you to come back for a celebration. Astyanax is like, nah, I'm good with that. Gets sent home. Turns out that cuties are waiting for him. That's kind of his reward for saving Remedia. And that's kind of it. It's a quick playthrough. I wouldn't run out and get it. It's fun to throw on every now and then, but it's not anything amazing. It's perfectly okay. That's all it has to be. But I do have some nostalgia, and it helped in design one of my best tabletop characters. He's nothing like the character from this, but inspired the name, and he's an awesome barbarian, so at least that came out of it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't for more. Got plenty more retro stuff to do, some more movie stuff. Check all that out, and I'll see you in the next one. Thor out.